everybody, so today's video is going to be the first tag. A couple of YouTubers have done this and I thought it was kind of fun, so I thought I would try it out. And let's get started. So the first question, or first is first tweet. So I actually went back yesterday when I decided to do this tag into my Twitter account, and I went through to see what my first tweet was, and it was basically a promotion of YouTube, my YouTube channel, basically saying, you know, my YouTube channel is, please go check it out, and explain like what I do and stuff like that on it. So that was my first tweet. First YouTube video. My first YouTube video was a Leo Sophia review, and Leo Sophia is a jewelry company, like a catalog jewelry company. I'll link that below. Also the Twitter, the tweet I will put around my face somewhere so that you guys can read it if you'd like. Number 3 is first person you sub to on YouTube. I'm not exactly sure the girl's name. I've talked about this before. It was a like a hair tutorial girl. Like I said, I have no idea what her name was, what her username was, anything like that. But that's who I first subscribed to. But the person that I can remember the username of that I subscribed to was City and Makeup, and she's amazing. And I'm still subscribed to her, and I still watch her videos. And yeah, I love her. So yeah. I'll link her channel down below too if you'd like to go check her out, because she is amazing and she definitely deserves the subscribers. Okay, so number 4 is first Facebook profile picture. I have no idea. It was probably a picture of me or a picture of a dog or a picture of my family, something like that. I have like absolutely no idea what the first picture was. I've been on Facebook for so long. And I don't even think I could find it anymore because I've deleted so many photos off my Facebook because I had like hundreds and hundreds of them. So yeah, number 5, do you still talk to your first love? No. My first love, I guess, was in like grade 2. His name was Jason, and I seen him in high school, I think. I was like a track and field meeting or track and field thing that the school does every year. Anyways, and yeah, and I don't really remember really loving him. I don't even know if that's the right word for it. I guess we kind of dated, but it was like grade 2, so we were like, what, like 7, 8, something like that? I don't even know. So yeah, so I'd say like my first love would have been my husband, and yeah. My first crush is different, I think, but I'm gonna say grade 2. Jason was his name. Anyways, I know I don't still talk to him. I did see him, like I said, in high school, but I never really even talked to him then either. He like waved at me, I waved at him, that was about it. So yeah, next question, number 6, favorite first alcoholic drink. I'm gonna probably say it was a cooler or maybe a wine, like a glass of wine mixed in with like Sprite or something like that. I don't even know how old I was when I first drank it, but I'm sure I think my mom let me try coolers when I was fairly young, just like a little glass of it or something like that. So that was probably what it was. Number 7, first job. Now I did co-op in grade 11. Yeah, grade 11. And I worked at Michael's craft store. I worked there for co-op for half a year, half a school year. So I kind of consider that a job, and I really actually loved working there. I wish I could work there still, but I can't, because there isn't one here. Anyways, yeah, so that was like my first kind of job. I guess my first real full-time, actually no, it would have started off part-time. I worked at Giant Tiger for probably, I worked there for a whole year, but I think I worked part-time for a few months, and then I worked full-time after school ended. So that was my first real job, but my first job, like co-op wise, was at Michael's. So anyways, number 8, first car. I don't drive. I don't know if anybody of you know that, but I don't drive. So I've never owned a car. I don't even remember what the first car my like mom owned when like we were, I mean, it was just me and her. I have like no idea. So yeah, number 9, first person you texted today. I have a cell phone, but I actually don't really use it. I don't even know who I haven't even emailed anybody today or anything, so I can't even say that. But yeah, so it doesn't really exist. Number 10, first person you thought of this morning. I'm gonna say my husband, considering he wasn't lying beside me this morning. He had gotten up earlier than I did, but I would say he was probably the first one I thought of. Number 11, first grade teacher. Okay. Everybody remembers their first grade teacher name. I have no idea what her name was. Absolutely no. I know it was a female, and I can picture exactly what she looked like. She was kind of like chubby cheeks, very curly, short hair, brown. I think she had brown eyes, and she was short. But I don't know what her name was. I know she was a great teacher though. I loved my grade 1 class because she made everything fun and awesome. So yeah, number 12, first ride on an airplane. I've actually never been on an airplane ever. So that one again doesn't count because I've never been on an airplane. You guys are probably just all like, oh my God, you're 25 and you've never been on an airplane, but parents couldn't afford to go anywhere, and when we did, we just stuck to areas around us like Canada's Wonderland and stuff like that. And we just drove to there, and we even like drove to Ottawa when we went to Ottawa the one year. So I've never been on a plane. 13, who was your best friend and do you still talk? Okay, so my best friend, I know I had like probably friends and stuff like that in like kindergarten and so on. I think grade 2. I think it was grade 2. I had my best friend's name was Chrissy, and I actually had 2. I had Chrissy and I had Mandeep. They were 2 of my very best friends. I hung out with them all the time. They were in my classes, every one of my classes up to like grade, I'm going to say grade 9, so high school. Well, Chrissy actually left maybe grade 3 or grade 4. She had left and she had moved. So she wasn't she was probably still a best friend, and I don't remember when she left or anything, but she had moved to a different area, so I never saw her again after grade 2, I guess. Maybe it was grade 3. I'm thinking it was grade 3. I don't know. Anyways, but Mandeep was my best friend from basically grade 2 all the way up to grade 9. So that was pretty awesome. Do we still talk? We still talk on Facebook every once in a while, but we're not like, we don't see each other. We live like 3 hours away from each other, so we don't really see each other, but we do talk on Facebook from time to time. 14, first sleepover. I have absolutely no idea who my first sleepover was with. It was probably, I don't even think it was Chrissy, because I was only ever actually at her house like once, and it was like for lunch or something like that. Mandeep I never had sleepovers with. I have absolutely no idea who my first sleepover was. No idea. Probably, I don't even know. 15. First thing you did this morning. I got up. I went to the bathroom. I got dressed. I did a little bit of grocery shopping. So I guess the first thing I did was get up and go to the bathroom and then get dressed. So yeah. 16, first concert you ever went to. Okay, this one really got me thinking because I never really went to any concerts for me. I think my first concert, I was like maybe 12, 13, something like that. And it was a Kiss concert because my dad and my cousin are like huge Kiss fans. And so I believe that was my first concert. It was at the Air Canada Centre in Toronto. And yeah, I remember wearing earplugs and like hating them and taking them out, and then at the end of the day when like we were outside driving back home, my ear and my head was like, felt like it was gonna blow up. It was bad because I was quite young and you were supposed to like leave the earplugs in, but I hated them, so yeah. 17, first broken bone. My first broken bone was my right leg. I think I was about 4, maybe 5. I don't know, maybe 5. I'm thinking 5. And the story is I was at my babysitter's place. My parents had gone to work. I was out in the back, like it was like a kind of like a community center type thing, like a bunch of like houses all attached to each other. So it was like all one big huge area, and there was like all these houses all the way around, and in the middle of the houses there was a jungle gym. And I remember playing on it, and I remember seeing 2 older kids, like way older than me, I don't even know how old. I'm thinking I was 5. Yeah. Anyways, and they were probably like 13 or something like that, because I remember them being like huge kids. And there was like a platform on the top of the playground, and they were like jumping off of it. I don't know if they were grabbing onto anything and then jumping down or what they were doing, but I thought it looked really fun. They were like laughing and playing, and I was like, you know what? I want to freaking try this. So I did it, and the results were a broken leg. So yeah, that was my first broken bone. 18, first piercing were my ears. I was actually like a baby when my mom got my ears done. So yeah. 19, first foreign country you've gone to. Again, the whole flying thing. I've never really been to a foreign country. Literally the furthest I've ever been was Quebec, and I guess that's kind of foreign, but it's not a country, it's just a province in Canada. And that's basically the furthest I've ever been outside of Ontario. So yeah. Number 20, first movie you remember seeing. Okay, this one really super duper got me thinking, because I was like, okay, I was really into Dr. Seuss when I was young, so I'm thinking that it was probably a Dr. Seuss movie of some kind, but I don't even know if they had Dr. Seuss movies back then. If it wasn't, it was probably like a Barbie movie or something, because I was huge into Barbies when I was young. But I can, like, so literally thinking back as much as I cannot remember the first movie I've ever seen. Seriously. Yeah. I can barely remember ones that I watched like a few months ago, so. Anyways, 21, first detention. My first detention was, I'm trying to really think. I think it was maybe grade 5. I think it was grade 5. So I was actually wandering the halls when it was recess, and one of the teachers caught me wandering the halls. I was actually heading my way into like a extracurricular type class or whatever. Like, it was just a class you could sit in and do your homework or whatever. I was actually on my way to that, but she caught me like wandering the halls, as she called it, and I got detention for it. So yeah, that was my first detention. And yeah, I think it was grade 5. I'm pretty sure it was. Number 22, first roommate. I didn't go to college, so I never really had a roommate. Like, I never even had the same room as my brother or anything, so I can't even say that. So I guess I've never had a roommate. Unless you want to call my husband that, now that I live with him. You can kind of call him that. Number 23, first sport you were ever involved in. The first sport, I believe, if I can remember correctly, was Tball, and I stunk at it. If you watched Joey's first tag, I was exactly the same as he was. I like played in the dirt and watched the ball roll by me, and I liked batting, like actually up at the batting, swinging at the ball. I liked that. But when I was out in the outfield, I was like in La La Land. I hated T-ball. So yeah. Before that, I was actually in gymnastics, but I don't really know if you call that a sport. Some people do, some people don't. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna say T-ball for a real first sport. Number 24, first thing you do when you get home. I'm going to presume like this is like during the week, when I get home from work type thing. I usually come home, change into comfy clothes, wash my lunch dishes, and eat something. 25, when was your first kiss? I think maybe I kissed Jason in grade 2. I don't know if you really want to call that a real first kiss, but it was probably stupid. Like, we were so young. So, but I'm gonna have to say my husband, I met him when I was 19, and that was probably my first real actual kiss was with him. So yeah, first love, first real love, first kiss. So yeah, that is the first tag video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. I really, again, I like doing tags that make you think, so it was fun to do that. If you guys want to do this, I tag all of you. I will also tag certain people down below in the description. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this and if you enjoy tags, because I love doing tags and I will definitely be doing more in the future. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!